I'm going to be teaching you a Fibonacci trading strategy on Bitcoin with examples and how to use it in this video, so stay tuned. What's happening, guys? It's Dan Chung here, aka Champ. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about Fibonacci retracement and how I use this tool in order to first actually start my trading career. One of the biggest reasons why I love Fibonacci retracement is it helps me identify zones when it can get a little bit messy. So, for example, if we go into Bitcoin, if we draw zones, we can keep drawing these zones non-stop at any given point in time, especially when you go into a lower time frame, because you can draw these zones at pretty much at any given point, because most zones work. That's the problem. That's one of the reasons I had. But Fibonacci retracement basically gives you key levels where price is going to retrace, which is basically meaning price will pull back to these specific areas time and time again, and gives you a potential trading idea. And that's one of the reasons why I love Fibonacci retracement. I no longer use it anymore because I'm able to see and identify zones at a very fast pace, but being able to use Fibonacci retracement is a very good idea to kind of start off with. So there's going to be 3 steps to this video. Number 1, how to draw the Fibonacci retracement. Number 2, how I like to use it. And then number 3, how to trade it. So first, let's go on to how to draw it. So when it comes to Fibonacci retracement, what you want to do is draw and click on the Fibonacci retracement level, click from the bottom to the top. Now, when you click it from the bottom to the top, you can also do this vice versa. So on a downwards trend, we can see from here, the top to the bottom. Now, from this, we can use a proof of example. Every time prices hit 50%, we can see it has rejected. We can also see every single time it has come back down to this previous 0 mark. So if we were to go on to step 2, which is an example here of setting a trade, you could potentially sell at the 50% and then have your take profit at the next region. You can have your take profit at 38.2, 23.6, or even at the whole previous low. Now, going on the rules of Fibonacci retracement. So now we know how to draw them. Let's go on to the rules quickly. So the real rules of how I like to draw this is if price retraces to 23.6 or even 38.2, that means that these two have a high probability to retest this previous low and make a new lower low. And guess what? It did exactly that and made a new lower low. If price comes to the 50% mark, what I do and like to believe is that price has a high opportunity to come back to the previous low. Not making a new low, is to pull back to this low. And then 61.8 is the same rule. And then if we break above the 88%, then we could potentially have a reversal. Don't forget, just want to quickly mention our Bitget competition. This is the 2nd month we are running our competition, where there's up to $15,000 worth of prizes to give away, $4,000 for prize 1, and up to $40,000 worth of bonuses and 20% off your trading fees to help you with your trading to start off with. So let's get back to the video. Now let's go on to the 3rd and final step, which is basically setting these trades on the Fibonacci retracement. What we'll do is we'll completely remove all the drawings and start fresh. So we can draw one Fibonacci from here. So let's draw this all the way over onto the sell side. So there are multiple ways you can trade this, but what I'm going to do is basically talk about setting your pendings on these zones. So for example, if you wanted to set a sell stop here, which is every time price comes to here with a stop loss up above, and then take profit on the previous zone, that could be a potential trade idea, or how you could trade the Fibonacci. So every time price comes to any of these key levels, you can trade it in the direction of its rejection. So these are 3 trades that could have potentially worked. So if you had a 23.6, we can see price pushed all the way up. We've got the stop loss above the 38.2, and then take profit you could have had at the previous low, or even just as a 1-to-1 or even a 1-to-2 if you wanted to. So there is really undefined. So I'm really kind of just giving you a strategy for you to find here, and just kind of giving you like a template to work from when it comes to Fibonacci retracement. Same again here. If we sold at 38.2, stop loss at the 50%, and the take profit down here, this trade would have won. If we sold at the 50% and then take profit at the 23.6, or even if you had to take profit down below here, you would have won as well. Alongside with this, if we did have a continuation trade here, which is this rejection, we could have actually had a huge trade down here on the 23.6. Now, even though it's nice and easy to say this, it's like, okay, Dan, do I keep selling at every zone? Do I buy at every zone? So yes, you got a few questions. I got you. Now, one of the big things we can add on to Fibonacci retracement is price action. Now, price action is something that is not going to be taught in this video, but I will be bringing one in the future. What you would really want to do is understand how candlesticks work and understand how structure works as an overall. Now, for example, moving averages here are against us, moving averages here are against us, moving averages here are against us, which means that we couldn't take any of these trades. However, moving averages crossed over here, so what we could have potentially done is have a continuation trade here with a stop loss above the previous high and then a take profit at the previous low. Now that would have been a 1 to 2. Now you can start to see how the story is starting to come together when you add price action and a little bit of common sense, but common sense is not common and it's hard to say when you've already been in the markets for so long. So that's why I decided to break this down in more of a different manner. So that's one idea, but then you can see there's a lot. It limits to your trades quite a lot, but it increases the probability. Remember, we want to trade as minimum as we can. So let's do one more example, but in the opposite direction. So we've pulled from this low to the high, so that's step one, draw that retracement. Then we want to look for a price action that's within our favor. So let's just say if price came up to here on this 50%, which it did exactly that, it is now rejected, and guess what, we've got exactly the same idea now. We're moving averages has crossed over. If we put a buy signal here, and then let's just pull this Fibonacci all the way over with entry on this, stop loss below the previous zone, and then a take profit just below. Yet again, we have got exactly the same trade on both sides. We rejected the 50%, rejected the 50%, both had a great confirmation. It then crossed the 38.2 with a confirmation, crossed the 38.2 with a confirmation, stop loss below the 50%, stop loss below the 50% and the previous price, and then take profit at the previous high or low, take profit at the previous high and low. So literally a great strategy given there and then. And what I want to summarize with this is basically showing you that all strategies work. What's ultimately important is to find out what works for you, because you can see an understanding, or you can understand the markets in a different manner to the way I can understand the markets, as an example. So let me know what you think. An interesting one, something a little bit different, a retracement level, a key level, some gems to learn and earn here completely for free for you guys on Coin Bureau Trading. There's literally a complete Fibonacci retracement strategy for free. So don't forget to like, subscribe and share the video, guys, with the notification bell button on, and comment below what is the next strategy you would like me to share completely for free on this channel. A zone one, potentially even a full breakdown of my day trading one with high Kanashis and pattern aim, or I could even do one which is on structure. I can do one on bullish engulfing confirmations. You let me know in the comments below what strategy you would like me to break down for you guys here on Coin Bureau Trading. So one last final thing before we go is we are going to be giving away some ledgers which is worth like $400 or $500 for free for you guys, so make sure you stay tuned for the future, but I'll be letting you know the details about that giveaway soon. So see you in the next one. Peace.